If you want to have the session of a lifetime or even win that first match, this is a tactic that can't be ignored. Oh my God, did you just see that? This feels like a lovely fish, this one. This is unbelievable, and it's just a simple way of fishing. So like I said, the method feeder can be a deadly, deadly tactic up and down the country and win you loads of matches and give you some really, really good days pleasure fishing. It's really simple, but there's certain things that you need to get right, and today we're going to get them things right for you, and hopefully you can take these things away and put them into practice in your fishing. We're at Rookery Waters today, a venue I've never been to before. We're on Magpie Lake. It looks absolutely lovely. We're fishing the method feeder to an island. It's probably 25 metres away. Now, when I had a look at the island earlier, I sort of thought about chucking it to the middle of the island, but when I started chucking the method feeder in and clipping it up and having a feel about, it was quite snaggy. I could feel there some roots around and stuff like that. So I've opted to come to the left of the island. It's a bit deeper, which is not ideal today because the sun's out, but I feel like that was the clearest area in my peg. And I think it's really important to have your peg really clear. But that's what we're doing. We're chucking a method feeder up to an island. And today we're going to just show you how I do it and how simple it can be when you put all these little tips and tricks together, and you will have a fantastic day's fishing. So keep watching and hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Right, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what the method feeder is. So the method feeder is just a little flat, oh sorry, I've got a fish on there. Well, Paul's talking about all that for the minute, try and get him in for you. No, we'll talk about it while it's coming in, the fish. So basically the method feeder is a flat little feeder that you chuck to them little areas, setting little traps like we are today to this island and being patient. But what's really good about the method feeder is once you've got it loaded up correctly and chucked out and landing the correct position on your spot on your marker, you're setting your fishing. And like you've just seen then, it's a self-hooking rig, so you don't have to do anything, just be patient. But there are a few little things that you do need to take into consideration, little tweaks that will put them extra fish in your net when you are method feeder fishing. This feels like a lovely fish, this one. But yeah, there is a few little things that you can do, and I'm going to show you these few little things. And it's nothing out the ordinary. People's done it before and you see it a lot, but it is important. Oh, he's a nice fish. This is a lovely start to the session. He's a nice one. Oh, lovely comment. He nearly pulled the rod in. Really nice fish. I'll unhook him and show him to the kits to you. If he behaves. You don't like the sun. It's very sunny today. But he's a beautiful common. Lovely fish. Put him in the net. So like I said, there's a few things that I think is really important when you're doing this type of method. And the first one's bait. So like I say, I think when you're method feeder fishing, your bait is really important. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how I prepare my bait and what baits I'm using for this session today. So we'll start with what I put round the feeder. I tend to try and keep it as simple as I possibly can. I just tend to use 2mm micros or ground bait. Now the ground bait that I always tend to go for in the summer is the Sonu match method, and then just some Sonu 2mm micros. Now what's so important about it is the way you prepare it when you're method feeder fishing. It's completely different to the way that you prepare it when you're preparing it on the pole. And I'm just going to show you quickly how I prepare it. So we'll start with the micros. I literally just get some micros out the bag. Mine are in a tub, I've took them out the bag. Pour them into your bait tub for as many as you need for your session today. This session that we're doing is obviously a mix of 50-50 micros and ground bait, so I'm going to be preparing both. So that's plenty for that session today that we're doing. And then literally all you do is just flood your micros. So they're completely underwater, all your micros, just like that. And then set yourself a timer, or just, if you're good with your timing, a couple of minutes. Just leave them underwater for a couple of minutes and then drain the water straight off. So I'm going to leave them now, and then I'll come back to them in a couple of minutes when we've prepared the ground bait, and I'll show you how I drain them off, because I think it's a neat little trick. So I'll show you that. But the real importance about why you drain them off so quickly after a couple of minutes is because you want them soft on the outside, but really tough on the inside. So then when you put them around the method feeder, you can press them down and it all compacts really nice and tight. When you're pole fishing, you'd literally just flood them with water just like that, leave them for 15-20 minutes, drain the water off, and they'll be soaked right through, and then they'll be perfect for pole fishing. But like I say, when you're fishing the method feeder, you want them soft on the outside but still hard on the inside, just so when you're putting them around the method, they stick to the method nice and you can compact them down nice and tight as well. But we'll come back to the micros and show you what to do, how I drain them off in a minute. Now we'll move on to the ground bait. So like I say, it's match method mix that I use. I just have faith in this ground bait. I think it's brilliant. And all I'm going to do is mix them up for today's session. So I'm probably going to mix up half a bag of this. Just pour half a bag of this, which is a kilo. So I'm pouring a kilo of the match method mix into that bucket there. And then just keep turning it around with your hands and slowly add some water. You want to stir it with your hands like that because you don't want it to clump up the ground bait in areas with your water. So it mixes through the whole of the ground bait. Just keep adding little bits and turning it round like that until you feel like it's at a consistency that you want it. And the consistency is, at the minute now, if you look at that ground bait, it's quite damp, but leave that now for about 15-20 minutes and that'll be perfect. It'll have taken on all the water. And again, like I said, with the pole fishing, you want it a lot more wetter when you're pole fishing. When you're method feeder fishing, you want it a drier ground bait just because it compacts round the feeder a lot better. So I'll probably just leave that for 20 minutes now and it'll be perfect. I'll chuck it through the riddle and that'll be the perfect ground bait. And also as well, and then you'll put a bit in a tub, and if you feel like it has dried out a little bit during the fishing session, you can add a little bit more water to it. Like I say, if you overwet your ground bait, it doesn't seem to clump round the method as well. And also, if you overwet it, you've ruined it. You can't take that water out and fix that. So that's the way you prepare your ground bait. I'll leave that 15-20 minutes, just push it through the middle, and then that'll be it. It'll be done. The micros, we'll move back to the micros now. It's probably been a couple of minutes now. This is the way that I drain my micros off when I'm method feeder fishing. I literally just use one of our fine mesh landing net heads. They're perfect for it, just because when I tip the micros in there, they can't fall through the holes in the net, the really small holes. So all you do is just tip them micros into there and you can see the water's draining off completely. And then all I do is when I'm fishing, I just find a tree behind me or something like that and hang it up on the tree. Now I haven't got a tree here at the minute, but I'll just chuck them to one side. I just leave that now for 10-15 minutes to dry out, hanging from a tree, and they will be the perfect micros for your session today. And that's how you prepare your micros and your ground bait. Now, so that's your bait for what you're putting around the feeder. We'll talk a little bit about hook baits, what I probably use for my sessions when I'm mainly method feeder fishing. Again, I'm not one for overcomplicating things. I just try and keep it as simple as I possibly can. And also what I've had good results on in the past. So you obviously, with a lot of fishing, your time on the bank, you find out what works best for you. And for me, what I found when I've been out is to keep it really simple. So You're not overcomplicating it, like you say, when you're fishing, because I've had it before where you've put loads of bait on your side tray and you're like, I'll try a yellow one, I'll try this, I'll try that, I'll try a different size, and you just end up getting lost. When just stick with what you're confident in, fish with them, and normally they're what work for you. So for my session today, I've gone for the ever faithful dead maggots. I just put, all I do is, they were live maggots, and then I've put some water in them last night, just some cold water, left them overnight, and it kills the maggots for you. You don't need to do anything else. That's really simple. Our retainer tubs, these venter tubs are really good for that as well. You can literally just put your maggots in there, fill it with water, zip it up, chuck it in the, I chucked mine in the back garden, left it till the morning, picked it up, chucked it in the back of the van and brought it here today. It's so simple to prepare you for your dead maggots, and they're all dead now. So all I'll do is I'll just scoop a few of them dead maggots out for our session, some reds and some whites, just some days double dead red maggots good on the hook for method feeder fishing, and some days white maggots good on the hook. So they're what I always bring, some dead maggots. I think they catch you everything, them. Even if you're struggling, it always guarantees you a bite, whether it's off skimmers and things like that. So I've got dead maggots, and then these, I have so much faith in these. I've caught so many fish on these little micro bandems. They're brilliant. I like small sizes. They're really small, perfect. I fish a big up with them, and I think that just works perfect for me. There's all different sizes. I mean, it's each to their own. People have probably had good results on 6mm bandems and all the stuff that's out there, but and 8mm. But I just find the smallest bandem you can get is perfect. And I've got a variety of colours of them. I've got pink, yellow, orange. There's a few different colours in there, and normally you catch on a yellow one or a little light pink one, but I had days where the orange one's really good as well. But normally I think the yellow one's normally the best one. If I was in my session today, I'd go straight for the yellow one first. That seems to be the best bait. So that's them. And then also I have some 4mm pellets, and I have some 6mm pellets, and that is generally it. That's all I use bait wise for when I'm method feeder fishing. Like I say, don't overcomplicate it. Keep it nice and simple, and you can't get lost and confused in what you're doing then. I think that's really important. So, like I say, them micros are ready now. I'm going to push that through the riddle, that ground bait. We'll do that now while we're here quickly. See how it's took on that water now, it's dried out a little bit. Let's chuck it on the riddle and just push it all back through. It'll go through nice and easy because it is dry, but that's exactly how you want it. Just push all that through, and take all them big lumps out of it. Just like that. And then for today's session, how I'm going to fish it is, like I said to you a bit earlier on, you can either use neat micros if you wanted to, neat ground bait, but for today's session, I've opted to go for a 50-50 mix. So all I'll do now is leave that in the tub, take a pint of that out of there, take a pint of the micros, mix them together, and then that'll be me for my session. So that's the bait. Like I say, I keep it simple, but I think the most important thing to take away from it is the way that you prepare your bait. So let's get back to the video. Right, I hope you're enjoying the videos over on the Fish Matrix YouTube channel, but if you haven't done so, don't forget to like and subscribe, because only 50% of you viewers have liked and subscribed to our channel so far, and we'd like to get that higher, so get doing it now. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to run you through all the terminal tackle and how I've got the method set up today, and also how you load the method feeder. So let's start with the terminal tackle. We'll start with the rod. It's a 10-foot commercial bomb rod. Now I know it says bomb rod on it, but I use this for both. It's an absolutely fantastic commercial rod. The reason why I like it is it's got that stiffness in it for being accurate when you chuck into features and things like that, but when you do get a fish on, it bends right through. It's not very tippy, it's perfect, it just bends right through. And a lot of these venues that you go to now, up and down the country, it's a mix of fish, a lot of F1's and a lot of carp, even skimmers and stuff like that. So when you do get them smaller F1's and skimmers and things like that, you're not bumping them off because the rod's really soft, but it has got that backbone in it for chucking nice and accurate to islands. So that's the rod. The reel's a 3000 ethos reel. It just matches really nice balance with this rod. It's nice and light and small size reel, just for chucking up to, like you say, 20-25 meters. But that's the setup on the rod and the reel. The main line's £8 main line. I've just got on for today's session that we're fishing with. It's just a normal method feed, our Matrix method feeders, 25 gram. I think that's perfect for getting up to where we need to there, to that island. Now, you can swap and change. We have got an open method feeder as well. There is 2 different places for that. I think during the summertime, I opt to fish more for fish with the actual method feeder, just because you can get more bait around that and be more aggressive with it. I normally tend to fish with this open method when the fishing's a bit slower and you're just setting a small little parcel of bait, more winter and springtime, but summertime, I mainly opt to fish with a method feeder, like I say, because you can use the mould, you can double mould it if you want, get loads of bait around that feeder. So that's the method that I'm fishing with today. It's just an inline method. It's free running. And I've just got it, I'll show you how I've got it tied up, because I think this is a neat little trick for you. So what I've done is, I've got it on one of our feeder beads, just threaded it through. I've done a twizzled loop for it's about 3-inch long, and just tied it off with a knot there, a little bit of a tag end. And I like that because when you're chucking your feeder, it's on a doubled up piece of line, and I just think it gives you that extra bit of strength there when you're casting on it. Just less chance of it you snapping on your feeder, snapping it with wear and tear as well around that area. So I think that's a neat little trick to take into consideration. I also have it sticking out about an inch past where the feeder finishes with me knot there. Just leave that tag end a little bit long, and I feel like when the fish picks up your hook bait and sucks it in and starts to swim off with it, it sort of hits that little knot there, and then it sort of pricks the fish. It's still free running, it just pulls straight through, so it's safe, it's all safe. But there is that little bit of a judder where I feel like the fish, when it sucks your hook in, swims off, it's that little knot there, and it sort of like pricks it with a hook and hooks it. It gives you that better hook hold. It is a self-hooking rig anyway, but I feel I've got confidence in that. So that's how I've got that set up. I've just got it set up to a short 4-inch hook length, down to a 14's, our new X7 hooks. They're really good, them. Nice rounded shape hook, perfect for method feeder fishing. Really nice hook. I've only just started, well, I've been using the prototypes, but I've started using the actual ones that are out now in the shop. They're brilliant. I've been using them today. It's been really good. And I've just got that tied up, and I'm just fishing it with 2 dead maggots on. That's been best today, just straight hooking 2 dead maggots. So that's the setup. Pretty straightforward. Like I say, method feeder fishing, when you get your setup, it is really straightforward. And we'll move on to show you how I load it. So like I say, I've just been putting two dead maggots on. Let's put the rod back on the rod rest, and we'll show you how we load it. So just get a few dead maggots out here. I have literally just been straight hooking 2 dead maggots. It seems quite a big hook for a small hook bait, but I really like that. I almost feel like when you are fishing the method, the fish, because your hook bait's hidden inside your ground bait or whatever you're fishing around the feeder, they're not looking at the actual hook. They're just coming in, they're feeding around that feeder, and they suck it all in. And with that bigger hook, they've got less chance of rejecting it, and you've got the fish on. So I've hooked 2 dead maggots on there like that. Now I'm going to show you how I load the feeder. Now, as I explained when we went through the bait, I've done everything semi-dry. It's a 50-50 mix, this, of ground bait and micros, like we said when we was going over the bait. Now, this is why it's important about having it semi-dry. So we get our method mould, just sprinkle a little bit of the mix into the actual mould itself, only a little bit, and then drop your hook bait inside, just like that, and then top it off with some more of the ground bait and micros. And then all you do is turn it over, just like that, and squeeze it down. And because the mix is semi-dry, you can really compact it really, really tight, which is so important for it staying on. And when it pops out the mould, look at that, you've got a really neat parcel of bait. And that is set up perfect. Now, once I've got it out the mould, I like to give it that extra little squeeze just to make sure that it's all nice and compact and your hook bait's inside there. And that, what fish couldn't resist that? And like I say, when they come in and it's breaking down and they're grazing round that little bit of bait there, they just suck your hook bait in, swim off, and it's a self-hooking rig. It's perfect, dead lead, but it's important to get all these little bits right to make it the actual perfect method. So let's get on to now accuracy. I think that's the next thing that we need to look at, and I think it's really important. So we'll get on to that. Right, quick question time again. From all the good comments that we got on the last live match that I did, we're planning on doing another one again, but we'd like to know where you'd like me to go and do a live match. Drop a comment in the comments below, I'll take a look at them, and then next time we're out, I think it's live match time. So as I say, accuracy is really important when you're method feeder fishing. It's really important to make sure you pick yourself a marker. So when I first come to my session here today and I was clipping up, a few things that I did was, like I said, I found a clear spot on the bottom around the island. That's important as well, because a lot of debris in there. You want to make sure you're in a clear area. Clip it up, and I've got my marker. It is really important that when you're chucking in, every time you're on the marker, every single time, you don't want to be chucking in and moving about on the island and spreading your bait everywhere. So when you're method feeder fishing, make sure that you chuck it in the same spot every time. So I've got this loaded. I'm going to chuck it in now. Make sure I get it in the spot where I've been chucking it, clipped up, perfect. Now, as you noticed, when I cast it in and I hit the clip, just before I hit the clip, I pulled the rod back and come straight down on the rod rest. That is really important as well, because once you hit the clip and the feeder hits the bottom, you do not want to be moving the feeder. I've got everything there now with just a touch slacker line. I had a little indication then. And all I have to do is just tighten up to that a touch. I don't like to tighten right up to the feeder. I do like it pretty slack. It's a self-hooking rig, so when you do get the fish on it, you'll get the indication on the rod. With this line that I'm using as well, it sinks really. Oh, there we go. Got one. Beautiful. That didn't take long. And that was just about being accurate. I've had a few casts on that now. I've got the bait in the same place every single time, and it's just easy. I didn't tighten right up to my rod. It literally just dragged the rod in. And this is what's so good about this method. It can be so deadly when you get these little things right. Like I say, making sure your bait's on, staying round your feeder. Making sure you hit the same spot. Making sure you land just before you hit the clip back on the rod rest and you're not moving the feeder. Feels like a nice little fish, this. Here's a nice fish. Lovely. I've had some beautiful carp today. It's a ghosty, that, I think. Little ghosty. Nice fish. Lively. They don't like the sun, that's the thing. Bright today, really bright day. They hate the sun. He's a lovely one, him. I'm not going to show him. I'm just going to chuck him straight in the net because he's not happy. He's a nice fish, nevertheless. Didn't take long for that bite. But that was a perfect demonstration of accuracy. Making sure that you hit that clip in the same spot every time. And just like that, it doesn't take long to get a bite. Right, so I've been fishing away and I've had a really good run to the session. It's been great, to be honest with you. But the last half an hour, it's sort of slowed up a little bit. and I just felt like I needed to change something up a little bit. So what I did was I'd taken off the flatbed method feeder and slipped on one of our open alloy feeders, just the smallest one that we do. It's a little bit less more bait, but what I was thinking was I can do more regular casting now. So that's what I've done, and I've been doing that the last half an hour, and it's sort of picked up a little bit. I'm just feeding a little bit less more bait, and to be fair, I've just had 2 chucks back on it now, so hopefully that's what's picked it up a little bit again. But this is what I've been doing. I'll just get this in and get on my marker. Perfect. Rod down on the rest, and we're set and fishing. So I'll explain a bit more about why I've done that. So I slipped off the method feeder, put on one of our open alloy feeders. It's a smaller size one, takes less bait. I just thought what I'll do is, instead of doing 3-minute casts, I'll cut down my cast time, and I've done 2-minute casts, so more regular casting, but with a smaller feeder, less feeding. Oh, there we go. I told you, that's how much of a difference it's made. Straight away. Unbelievable. And what it leads me on to saying about it is, it's so important to switch things up a little bit. Change your feeders. Play about with your bite time. It's important to have a stopwatch. I've got one of our Matrix clickers there right in front of me on my rest, and I've got the stopwatch on it, and I've been doing my timing and my bites and things like that. Let the fish tell you what you need to do. If you catch a load of fish when you've been watching your stopwatch around 2 minutes, that's your bite time, then it shows that you need to leave your feeder in at least 2 minutes. But I've been leaving my feeder in every 3 minutes today. It's been good. But now I've literally cut it down to 2-minute casts, smaller feeder. Wow, what a difference it's made. It's a big F1, this. Maybe that's what's happened. Maybe a load of F1s have come into my peg now, and they're wanting more regular feed going on in your peg. So yeah, like I say, it's so important. 2 key things there: changing up your feeders, mixing it up, and changing up your casting time. More regular casting, or more leaving it in longer. Just play about with it on the day. So yeah, that's a really, really important thing. I'm just going to slip this back in, and maybe we might get another one. What I did that time is put, instead of 2 dead reds on, I put 2 whites on. That was a quick reaction. That then literally 10 seconds of it being in the water, the fish was on. But as you can see, nice smaller feeder, compact bait, compacts it nice. Again, perfect. Hit the clip on the marker, down on the rod rest, don't move the feeder. And today's just been about that. This session, what we've been talking about today is just these little pointers that when you're fishing this type of feeder, you put these all together and you'll have a fantastic day's fishing and put more fish in the net. But hopefully, it don't take long to get another one. I don't need to do anything now. Oh, there's a nice indication. That was a liner, that then. Thought it was going to keep going. I've been like this on my hands all day. There's a lot of fish. It's been sunny today. There's a lot of fish on the... Oh, there we go. Look at the difference this feeder's made. Unbelievable. That was in for about nearly a minute. I just feel like there's a lot more F1s coming to me peg there on that feeder. And they're wanting more regular casting now. Which F1s do, they like feed going in. But it's literally fish a chuck again now. And as I said, that half an hour before, it just slowed right down. But I'm really enjoying this. I don't do a lot of feeder fishing. There's not many venues that I go to up north where it is feeder fishing, more pole fishing, but when I do pick the feeder rod up. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant. It's nice seeing your rod get dragged in. He's another nice big F1. Beautiful fish. Look at him. Fantastic. So yeah, I'm just going to keep doing that now. I don't need to change anything because I've got it bang on the money again with all my feeders, my timing. I feel like that's right. But again, it might come to a point where it might go funny on me again. Just don't be afraid to switch it up. That's another key point. So yeah, take that into consideration and hopefully that puts more fish in the net when you're method feeder fishing. Right, so I made that tactical change with the feeders and it was really good. The going's good again now. I'm catching F1's regular and I'm enjoying it. But there's also something else I want to touch on that I think is another key thing and really important as well at the same time, is switching through your baits. So today I started on, I've got a few different hook lengths here on my side tray just with different baits on. As I explained, I have them, I keep me hook baits not to a lot, them 3 or 4 different ones, but I've got them here on my side tray and I've been swapping through them. So this morning I started on a boilie spike with a little yellow micro bandam in and I got a carp on it straight away, but it wasn't great. So I switched then to just a straight hook with 2 dead reds on, and that was really good for a runner fish. And then as I said to you, it sort of died down the swim for that half an hour spell. And I'd made that change on my feeders, and I also changed my hook bait to 2 white maggots, and that sort of kicked it off again. So it's really important to swap through them hook baits as well and just try and work out what's the best hook bait on the day. You could even change through your bandams, colours. A pink one could be good. I did try a little pink one as well. I didn't have a bite on that. Just swap through everything. You could even swap back and then it'd be really good. It's just, fishing's one of them games where you've got to, again, just because it's method feeding, you've got method feeder fishing and you've got your trap set, you've still got to work at it, and them that work hard get the rewards. So like I say, changing your hook baits, that's what I've been doing, and it's been good for me, getting plenty of liners there now. And also what I've been doing as well today has been adding a little bit of additive. Been adding the Sonu Baits Banoffee haze. It's brilliant that. I'm a believer in additives when it's feeder fishing, just because you're trying to draw fish into your peg, and I've been adding that as well, and that's sort of been working as well at the same time today, the Banoffee one. So yeah, just swap it up, mix it all up, try and work out, keep active at it, and then add some additives, and that will definitely help you out on the method feeder side of it and putting more fish in your bank. But I'm really enjoying my day here today. It's really good. Just a change for me doing some method feeder fishing. Every time I cast a rod in, I'm getting loads of indications. You just got to be patient. Wait for that bite time. I'm doing 2-minute casts now. If you don't get an indication in that, come back, wind it in, repeat the process. I'm just being active now. Probably being a little bit, I know I've changed me to a smaller feeder and I've cut back my feed, but I'm being more aggressive with it as well in my casting. Making a bit more noise as well, plopping it in more often. But that's where I'm up to, and that's how I'm getting on with it, and it's going great, to be fair. But yeah, take into consideration swapping and changing through them hook baits. Don't just sit on the same hook bait all match, because again, like I've just said with my session, switching from double dead red to double dead white maggot was a game changer. It started going round again straight away, and adding that additive as well. Just because you're setting that little trap over there, I'm a believer. I don't really do additives and stuff when I'm fishing on the pole. When I'm fishing on the feeder, out my peg, setting them little tiny traps, I think you need to add something, some smell, some colour, just to draw them fish into your peg over your feeder, definitely, and it works a treat. I've had loads of good results on that in the past, so take that in consideration, and I hope that helps you out with putting more fish in the net on the method feeder. Wow, what a fantastic session that's been today. That's the end of it for me. I've had a fantastic day's fishing on the method feeder. The only thing I've got out the bag today for this session, it's been brilliant, to be fair. I do a lot of pole fishing, but every time I drop on the rod, I have a fantastic day's fishing. It's great to just get pulled in. But like I say, very simple method, the method feeder, but all them little tactics that we've gone through today, them little tips, them little tricks, we'll just put them extra fish in the net for you. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed doing it, and I'll see you on the bank again sometime soon.